Hey, Ring Fever fans, make sure you check out Neglio's Hobby and Creative Shop on eBay for all your hobby needs. Javier, what's poppin'?
What's going on?
Welcome to Monday Night Mud Show.
Let go. Stop playing, man.
Yo, man, look, it was Jet's idea. Tonight, we're going to kick it off with Ring Fever with El Rey. I got a comedian on that. Javier Gonzalez. You've seen him in Music and Mayhem 3 and 2. Give me 1 second. I don't want people messing up my interview. You know these dudes, they love hitting me up with the crybaby stuff.
It's all
But
good.
welcome, Javi. What's going on? Music and Mayhem 3. I heard you're going to go to a cease and desist.
Yes, sir. Music and Mayhem 4 season desist. I'll be there. You know what I mean? Blessing.
How you like the indie scene so far?
I
I
love
know
it.
I know you was a fan of wrestling, but let's get a little background. Where you from?
From Brooklyn, New York. Born in the Bronx, raised in Brooklyn, Williamsburg, Brooklyn to be exact.
Before the gentrification.
Before the gentrification. And
Oh,
then
Williamsburg.
yeah, old Williamsburg. It's crazy.
Uh,
It's crazy. I love wrestling so much. I remember I was just thinking about when me and my brother back in the days, we used to look across the street and these our neighbors across the street in an empty lot, they would open up these rugs, just carpets, like 10, 20 carpets, and then they would do wrestling right there, bro. Just the kids going crazy. Off ladders, off the gate, everything. It was insane.
what was your first show that you ever seen live?
Our first show live. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, it was a Madison Square Garden event, and it was when they had the blue cage.
Oh, wow.
That's the first time we seen wrestling live,
Like the
and then
90s. The 90s,
yeah,
they had the blue cage.
yeah, and it was early. That was the first time we went live, and it was in Madison Square Garden, and then that's it. And we always used to watch it like religiously. That was it. That was our life really for the longest time, just watching wrestling and watching baseball.
Did your grandfather that used to watch La Estrella in
Yeah,
Telemundo?
yeah, that's what when we used to go to Puerto Rico, my grandfather used to take me to the video store over there, and he used to always get us the old wrestling videos and
Yeah,
stuff like that. And I used to collect all the DVDs once I was working and stuff like that. So all I did was collect DVDs of wrestling and watch all the matches and all that shit like that.
that's so big. Like going to Puerto Rico is so big for us. Like the real Puerto Ricans, they don't give two shits about that, bro. Real talk. It's mad weird. Like, how long you been out here in Florida?
Now, probably about what's it going on 10 years now. I've
10
been on
years.
and off. I've been on and off. So on and off 15 years because I went to high school out here. Then I went back to New York, lived a few years, and then I came back over here.
You don't feel weird? You don't feel like these Puerto Ricans are a little weird? Like they're not unified like up north. Like they don't even like us. Like they
I
don't
just
even
feel
mess
like
with
I
us.
just I just feel like that come with the territory. Once you come from New York and you come down to Florida, it's understandable. People from Florida think that people from New York come down here, and it's not nobody's fault. It's because a lot of the people that came down from New York gave us a bad name,
Oh
thinking
hell yeah.
they came out here acting gully, and then they, you know what I'm saying, and started getting sanctioned out here, and it was
A
mass stupid
lot, a
shit.
lot of a lot of bozos and bullshit artists came down here, dog.
And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I feel like, I mean, what can you do? Puerto Ricans know a good deal when they see it. So they came down here, they capitalized on the housing market, capitalized on a lot of land.
Oh
A
fuck
lot
yeah,
of
man. You
people, I
know.
know people that brought the whole family with them. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, so that's how we got here. My aunt, she moved from Manatee. Like her son moved here first, right? So then my aunt moved over here. Then my grandmother came out here, and then my pops he came out here, but and eventually everybody from my father's side ended up moving to this side. I was like the last one. I got here on vacation. Like
That's how
yeah,
it
bro.
happens. You come
Yo,
on vacation, you look someplace like, this, I could do this. We was out here, my parents were looking at a house. They're like, oh, what you think about moving out here? All we heard was we get our own rooms. You know what I'm saying? We was bunk better than up.
nah. So with me was I can't. So me and my pops, we weren't really we didn't have a relationship. My biological dad. My my pops that raised me, he's Dominican Puerto Rican. He's really my uncle. He's married to my aunt. But I
Okay.
give I give my aunt that title of mother because she was there. You feel me? So my pops that raised me, I came down here because I was hot. I came down here, just to spend 2 weeks, get away from the streets. I go two doors down. He working on some house out here, and the landlord's like, "Yeah, this is 600 a month." How much? 600. How much I gotta give you right now for it? He said, "You gotta give me 12." All right, I got 3 G's in the bank. I'll be back. I went to Bank of America. I gave him 3 G's. I said, hold that, bro. I'm moving to Florida, kid. You ain't getting a better deal than that, bro. Like, fuck
At
that.
all. At all.
Nah. And I was living in I was living in that 141 in Broadway. And I was working in Staten Island,
That day
like,
you
bro,
was living a terrible life at that time.
terrible life because of my mouth, man. Yo, when I tell you I had a learning lesson, bro, I cursed out my DM thinking because the dude that hired me, he eventually came the VP. So I thought I was big shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So my DM said something to me and I just cursed him the fuck out like I do to everybody. And next thing you know, he transferred me to Staten Island, like the farthest store. Not even the one close to the ferry, dog. I had to take
A
I had
bus
to take
right
the
after.
one train, the ferry, and the bus. Fuck that shit.
Oh my God.
Bro, yeah, just to survive. And I did it for 6 months until they see me on Christmas Eve. And I bumped into the owner and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing here? You moved to Staten Island?" I was like, "No, motherfucker, I still live in Harlem." He was like, "Holy shit, I think we forgot about you. You was only gonna be here for 2 weeks. I swear to God, look, as of tomorrow,
Go
go
back.
go back to East New York. We'll fix shit." I was like, "All right, man, fine."
God bless.
How long you been doing comedy?
Since the end of September. September 29th was my first day hitting the stage at an open mic at the Joke Joint in Summerfield.
What was the nerves like?
I was nervous more so because, like I said, it was my first time. I didn't know what to expect. And I've watched stand up, but I didn't know anything about stand up. Like, I didn't know anything about performing stand up. I just knew what I saw. And I didn't really have jokes written down.
Hmm. What
I
they
had,
what was the did you get booed?
no, I didn't get booed. That's a huge misconception. Like, when it comes to like comedy, people are there to laugh, enjoy
Okay.
themselves. Like, most of the time, the worst thing is silence, right? It's just mostly silence. If you're not gonna get
Okay.
a hit, people are just waiting to laugh. That's all it is.
All right. Yeah, because
So
that's what I'm afraid of. You told me. So I met Javi at part uh part one, I think it was. And then I met you again at the Toy Con. And I told
yep.
you I was thinking about it, and you kept telling me, "Yo, you could do it, you could do it." But I told you what I was afraid of. I'm afraid of to start going into somebody be like, "Boo, shut the fuck up," because then then I don't know. I
Nah,
don't know the aspects
but
of that.
that's also like, just like anything, right? A reaction is a reaction. You could turn that into something no matter what, right? Because at the end of the day, everything is subjective. It don't matter. Somebody's gonna like some shit you do. Some people not gonna like the stuff that you do, and you have to take it open handedly. And I'm like I said, you're always gonna be your harshest critic 100% of the time. So
Yeah.
a lot of times, my goal is I just started, right? So a lot of the people that I work around, they've been doing this for a lot longer than I have, or even just a few months longer than I have. And it's not a competition, but I always just want to be not the least funniest. As long as I know I'm not the least funniest, I'm okay
You're
because
not
I
trying to
just
catch
started and
that.
I got room for growth.
You're not trying to catch that Bernie Mac beef.
There's no for me. I really am about bringing everybody together. I don't know beef for what. What we doing? We
Nah, what
telling
I'm
jokes
saying,
here.
what I'm saying is like, there was always that big rumor, Kings of Comedy. Bernie Mac was killing it so bad that Steve Harvey wanted to close an act, and they were like, "Yo, you can't be the closing act, man. Like he's just killing it. Like you gonna have to be like the
But
host or something. Like he's
but
just
but
killing
isn't
it
that
too
but
much."
isn't that everywhere though? That's at any business, anything you do. There's always gonna be somebody think that they better, or they're gonna always try to overshadow you, whatever the case may be. It don't matter.
Oh,
At
oh,
the
oh. It's like
at
that
the
in
end,
wrestling too.
that's what I'm saying. It don't matter where you go. At the end of the day, you just gotta stay true to you. You know you funny. Nobody had to tell. Nobody had to, like, even if that was the case, right? Because I heard about it, but I don't know the truth. I don't know the semantics. I wasn't there. So at the end of the day, if it was true or anything like that, the people speak for you. No matter where you at, your legacy is gonna be by you and what you do and how you create it. No, no.
Yo, you just hit the money right there because so like this podcast and what I'm doing, right? A lot of people don't get it, right? But it's the crybabies. The crybabies don't get it, right?
Mhm.
And there's been times where I'm like, yo, let me just pull the plug on this. Let me just pull the plug on this. But I started getting a lot of feedback like, yo, keep doing what you're doing. Your numbers are going to come organically. We love what you're doing. You're the locker room's favorite podcast. You're the voice. You say things we wish we could say, and it makes me feel like, all right, I'm doing something, let me keep on. It's paying off. It's going to pay off some way, somehow. It's going to pay off.
No, always you gotta listen. Everybody started with one step. That's all it is. And people take that for granted or take that for whatever it is. But at the end of the day, if you don't take that first step, you'll never know what you're gonna become or what you're gonna be able to do. There's always gonna be people that don't understand what you do because they don't see themselves ever taking that first step. And that's not on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on them. How people see you is different than how people try to feel or opinionate on what you do. Opinions are always gonna come or whatever. Do what do what you may with what you think about what I do. But that has nothing to do with what I do and what I'm trying to do. You don't know what I'm trying to do. Nobody knows your goals but you. You just keep pushing and keep making it happen, regardless of whatever anybody says.
Oh no, bro. Listen. I would have been if I was to listen to other people, I would have been quit. Trust me.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So that's what I mean. Like people are never gonna understand what you want to do, and
Ooh.
what you're trying to show. And a lot of people that are complaining or anything like that is because sometimes they see some shit in themselves, and they just want to push it off on somebody else.
Like in the beginning, I just wanted the afternoon spot at Hot 97, bro, but they weren't trying to fuck with me, kid. That's all I was trying to be, bro. I wanted the afternoon spot, maybe the traffic jam, you know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
just even the 2 o'clock in the morning spot. But they weren't
there's
trying to
something.
hear me, bro.
Hey, they will look at you now.
Bro, in the beginning, not only that, bro, I've been doing this so long, I feel like Mean Gene, bro. Back in the days, I had to
Yeah.
call me now on Blog Talk Radio 1888 Fever.
But that's awesome, though. I'm
So
glad you're here. I'm glad I'm
where
here.
has comedy taken you so far? Like, what type of venues have, like, on a scale? I'm not trying to play you. I just want to hear, like, on a scale. Where do you think you at? Where has comedy taken you so far? What's some
I
of the
listen.
coolest
I
shit you
listen.
done with
I
comedy?
no. I'm not even gonna hold you. I really know. Like I haven't had any. I haven't been into like any big venues or anything like that. My biggest booking has been NCW for
Oh, okay.
sure.
So,
That's my biggest venue, and that was off of first show DJ Damage. DJ Damage hit me
so,
up talking
so
about they need a comedian.
the events you be doing be having like 60, 70 people, and then
Well, we had a lot. Like yesterday, we did the Brick City Comedy Festival. I mean, on Saturday we did the Brick City Comedy Festival, and bro, we had a whole bunch of. We had 4 shows, and I hosted the second show. But we had people on every show. You know what I'm saying? 60 plus, double amount that we had last year, that they had last year, because I wasn't a part of it last year. And but yeah, like the stuff that we do separately from everything like that. I'm talking about like being booked. That's a different story. But setting up stuff, I'm just trying to. I'm new. I'm a rookie to this. So for me, is I'm just trying to do whatever I can to build whatever I can to be a part of something,
so
especially for myself.
I like Alex because put it like this: you've been here for 10 years. I got like 8. You got like 10. You feel me? My shit is, bro. Here where we at, it's been boring, bro. It's boring out here, man.
There's nothing.
Like
There's
I'm the
nothing.
one. Like me and this Mexican dude are the ones that started the wrestling thing out here. Unfortunately, you know how these fucking these non-pussy motherfuckers get. They start getting too thirsty, and you gotta throw them out. You feel me? Like they act like they never seen ass before in their life. I had to throw him out. He was a weirdo. But I started the wrestling thing so we could have something to do out here. And then when Alex came and started the joke joint, like I wasn't even like at first I didn't even know Neck Dog even knew Alex. Like it was just something completely different. My wifey pulled up the phone one day and she was like, "Didn't we watch some movie with this black guy?" And I was like, I'm looking at the fly. I was like, "Yeah, Spaceballs." She was like, "Yeah." He's gonna be out here in Summerfield. I'm like, Summerfield? What the fuck is he doing here in Summerfield? Right away, she sent me the flyer. I look up Joe Joy. I'm like, oh shit, they doing comedy out here. So to me, it's a slow burn because the word is starting to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And I know with the new spot y'all got, y'all gonna get 200, 300 people one day. Like it's gonna happen, bro. It's just
For
people need something
sure.
to do out here, bro.
No, I mean the beauty of it is like that's how small this world is, and that's how when you start doing something, you realize that everything aligns itself. You know, I have like I said, I lived out here when Walmart was 24 hours, and that was the fun out here. Go to Ocala Walmart 24 hours after the bowling alley, and that's it. The same Bolero that's over there, the same one. You just chilled over there, then we'll hit up Walmart
Yo, you
afterward.
ever went to the car meets?
The car meets? No, I never did none of that. I worked. I
Oh,
went out. I
yo.
swear, I was never out in Orlando like that or anything like that. The
No,
only
no,
time I
no.
went to a
The
car
one
meet was
out
in
here
New
in
York.
Ocala. The car meets
No,
out here.
no,
Yo,
I
them
know
shits
people that
was
used to
lit,
go to them,
man.
but I never.
Yeah.
I've heard of them, but I never used to go to them. The only
So
time I went
let
to a car meet when I went to Englishtown, New Jersey. My cousins and shit.
So rest in peace to Itchy and Team Renegade. My boy Itchy was the one that used to do the car meets out here, right? He passed
Okay,
away from COVID. So it wasn't nothing big. It wasn't like it was just mad Puerto Ricans and Spanish people just meeting up, bro, and that's it. That's
that's
it,
it.
bro. Like you
That's all you
seen like
need.
yeah, and then like you seen what other people did with their cars and stuff. He did it like a big network. And the shit used to be popping on a Friday night. You ain't got shit to do. Yo, why don't buy car meat? They had the dude out there selling pinchos and shit, bro. We
Hell
used to
yeah,
pull up.
that's
Now the cops, they never used to fuck with us because we weren't doing burnouts. We weren't playing Fast and the Furious. It was just like, you know how that crowd is, yo. Mira la bocina que yo tengo aquí, yo. And
yeah,
then they
yeah, yeah. Just getting together, just showing out what the work that they put in.
yeah, like shit, yo. I fucking found a mechanic that did my truck for like $400. Fix my yeah, bro. You know how it is, bro. Boy, yo te tengo, bro. You know hago esto for
Yeah,
money.
you in the clan. That you what you in the clip, you good. Once you get
Yeah.
in, it's fire. Nah, like I said, when we was out here, we kept it like we didn't really. I lived in the middle of Summerfield. I was nowhere. There was nothing. We went to
Mm.
Wildwood High School. The bus had to take us there. That was new for us. But like at the end of the day, that we was just out of the way. I ain't had no whip like that until we got
Yo,
older when we was out there.
yo. So when you left Brooklyn and you went to high school here, you thought you was in Saved by the Bell, right? Don't lie to me.
Nah, I didn't think I was gonna say about it, but it was different. It completely
Once
different.
son, a bus picked you up. You used to have to take the bus. This is a bus picking you up, bro.
Yeah, but it was the first day we got dropped off, so it was no like I didn't think nothing of it because we went, but it was just different. I was like, damn, the bus was crazy. Anyways, we the only neighborhood. Everybody in the neighborhood know each other. Everybody from different grades, but it's the only bus we had from 441 27, right where the Walmart is. Because we used to
Okay.
live out there on that Walmart right there where the Sonic is. It was just still there, crazy. They selling dope out that Sonic, and bro, that whole strip, that McDonald's, that CVS, they all still there. They've been there since we got here, and
Yo,
before
Sonic and Long John Silver's, bro. I be wondering who the fuck eat there, bro. Real
and Long
talk.
John Silver's is dwindling down. That Sonic though, they still making power moves. That cherry limeade got dope in it,
I'm telling you,
but
they got stand in it.
no, yeah, and like I said, we went to Wildwood, so we used to leave from Summerfield, and it was Lady Lake, so Lady Lake to Wildwood. That was our school, and then obviously all my time was in school. I didn't have nobody was driving from Wildwood over there after until like when I got because I was in high school until like my third year. Most of my peoples that I knew from football, they already had their whips, and so they would come chill with me or anything like that. And they'll pull up, but that's it. I wasn't out there like that. I was just in the house. My brothers and them, they had the peoples inside the neighborhood, so they hit the bike or whatever the case may be. But other than that, still, like to this day, I stay to myself. I have my crew. I still have my peoples that I still, since high school, since I met in high school, we still close. And
Yeah,
that's it.
that means you're a good dude, bro. I be telling people I judge them on how long they got friends. Like my brother, my best friend, the dude I be slapping people for, bro. I've been friends with him since 4 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Like you,
I got,
like very rare, bro. I still talk to
yeah.
people that I was in class with in kindergarten.
Yeah, no, that's the thing about New York. Everybody stays kind of familiar. We've known each other since, we went to a public school. We went to two, you know what I mean, elementary, the intermediate school. And so you still got that. It's the neighborhood. Everybody is the neighborhood type shit. That's the shit sometimes that we take for granted is those moments of having those people and everything around you. And you still have those memories and stuff like that. But I have like a family, he's my cousin. He's not related to me, but he's my cousin. I know him like since Energy, baby, like since Pampers. We was rocking. We had the same babysitter, and
Well,
to this day, we
I
rocking.
got a couple aunties that ain't my aunts.
Oh, but that's the way it is. That's the way it go. But
Yeah,
that's just, you know what I mean. That's the way you figure out life. Is that you create your family, you create the people around you, and those people are the ones that bring you life when you least expect it. You know.
you dodged a bullet though, because if you had went to Bushwick High, you would have been mad dumb. Telling you,
Nah,
bro.
nah. If Eastern District was straight, I feel like it was reckless in certain points, like in the area and everything like that. But that just comes with how you were raised, and a lot of those people were raised different. My parents wouldn't. I used to walk to after school and everything like that, and all the dumb shit I did was just me wanting to enjoy outside. But my parents wasn't trying to have it like that. You know what I'm saying?
You had the strict Puerto Rican parents.
They're very strict. My parents were very strict. They ain't play no
So
games with that.
you got hit because that's part of our culture. I hate when people be like, "Yo, I got to be, bro." My grandmother used to hit me with that chancleta quick,
Yeah, but you got
quick,
to think
bro.
that's
Like,
everybody dealing with the shit that they grew up with. Everybody deal with that shit the way they grew up with, and
word,
they
yo,
they
fuck
they
that shit,
they
man.
take they take it out on the kids. They just black out on you. They don't even realize they blacking out.
Be a
But
man, son. If grandpa whooped your ass when you was young, that means you're a man, son. You're a fucking man, bro.
not.
But
I mean, some people don't know how to take the cocotazos now. You know what I'm saying? They don't. But nah, it's definitely is I would say is a part of our culture, but it's also a part of people not understanding what their upbringing is. People don't are you learn to try to deal with what happened and not blame it on like yourself and not take it out like it was something that it was done to you. It was something that they didn't know, and that's all the way down the lineage. You know what I mean? They don't know how, nobody knows how to parent. Nobody knows what to do. They just go by what somebody taught them or how they were raised. And
yeah,
then you learn shit that you never knew once you start asking questions to your peoples and being like, yo, like what, when you were growing up, because nobody growing up, we selfish. That's something I always say. We selfish. We only think about ourselves. We don't think about what our parents go through. We don't think about nobody else but us, because we're learning life. We're every
yeah.
little thing we're learning.
We know the process after when we out on the street and we're like,
And then so
damn, bro.
once you finally out there and you have questions, you're like, damn, I wonder what it's like for them. Like, how was your upbringing? How did grandma and grandpa raise you? And you find out all the crazy shit that happens, all the stuff that they had to deal with. And then you realize, damn, no, this makes sense. That you used to jump with this all the time, or you used to act like this all the time. You start piecing shit together, and then you realize that's just the world. That's the world we live in. Everybody is dealing with shit differently because they don't know. And then once they start figuring out, just like you just started to figure out, you start maneuvering different. You start treating people different. You don't just react anymore. Before you just react because you had no idea. You don't know where all this anger comes from or where anything comes from. So now
Yeah,
you just moving different now. Now you just appreciate being a part of life, being able to see your family, being able to have the moments like I have had with NCW. Things. Look, DJ Damage, he DJ'd my wedding, right? So that's how I got involved with the whole thing. He DJ'd my wedding,
so that's
right?
how
I
you
met him.
met. All right, so
So
where did you meet Damage at first?
Damage, I met him at my wedding. I hit him up from my boy Randy,
Okay,
somebody I knew from high school, sent my boy, my brother. My best. He introduced me to Damage. 'Cause I needed a DJ for my wedding, so Damage DJ my wedding, and then that's it.
how
That's what
was
we
that?
locked in.
How was that wedding? Damage did his thing.
Oh, bro, everybody at the wedding was somebody that I knew. I tried to make sure it was close knit. Everybody that I fucked with or anybody I knew, family. My
No,
brother was the
music wise,
ordained
music
pastor.
wise.
Oh, he was fired. Everybody was dancing. Everybody was going
Mm,
crazy. Yeah,
mm.
we had a blast. Damage does his thing always. You know what I'm saying? You know me. And like I said, I'm very appreciative that even then, like I said, we did the comedy shit. He hit me up. Coach was like, "Yo, do your thing. If you do your thing the first time, then we'll bring you in the next time." I did my thing. Apparently, I did my outfit. That's when I brought my wrestling outfit. Nobody knew I was gonna do that. I just put the wrestling outfit on and asked somebody to chop me. Like, yo, just somebody. You
Yo,
know what I mean?
yo, they got you last show, bro. Echo said you look like a baked potato, bro.
No, they did. If
Wow, son.
somebody called me a Capri Sun. Somebody called me a Chipotle burrito. I pulled popcorn out my shit. I look like the popcorn off the stove. I
Yo,
already knew
who
what it
said you
was.
look like a Capri Sun? Son? That's
My boy
foul.
Jason Atkins. Gosh, if I'm telling you, he was there too. He pulled up. I'm telling you, but I love that shit. I do it for that. Those are the moments that this entertainment. This is where we at. We're in
Bro,
entertainment.
I tell you, little kids are harsh, especially the ones in Ocala. I'll give you a fucked up story. So I got my hair done, right? My homegirl did it. She dyed it half blonde. I'm about to do it again, right? She dyed it half blonde. I got me this nice vest with the little two tails in the back. Nah,
Yeah,
man, because I was watching the old school Batman. You know, the Batman that be like, bam, boom,
yeah.
that shit. So I went there looking, thought I was mad fly. I come out, I put my hands up, and somebody go, look, it's the fat Jack Sparrow. I was like, you fucking piece of shit, bro.
Yo, nobody gonna humble you like some kids. My son just seen a picture of me and his mom's when we was younger, and she was like, "Damn, that's when mommy and daddy were ugly. That's crazy." But he went crazy work. I know, but that's yo. These the type of kids I'm raising. They gonna be able to joke.
All
You
right,
gotta.
so I got something for you, right? I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
play it. This ain't even nothing to do with my show. Okay, I just seen this online. It's Mason Cameron. It is what it is. Big shout out to them. The
Of course.
moment I seen this, I thought of you. I'ma play it. It's 44 seconds long. Then I'm gonna turn my mic off. Okay, when it's done, I'm just gonna let you do your thing after that. I'm just basically, this is for you, dog. All right, you ready for this?
Say look.
All right.
A really good question for you and all of the rappers that's from New York.
Yep.
Do we stop wearing Yankee hats now? Is the Yankee hat hard?
That's a great question. Niggas might go.
Niggas gotta stop wearing the Yankee hat. After your interview, I saw somebody walking down the street with the Yankee hat, and I was like, whoa.
That's a good point.
The Yankee hat.
Yeah, man.
The navy blue and white might be over. I'm sorry.
Yo, that is a great point.
I'm sorry. The Yankee hat might be over.
Yeah, you might see Yankee hat and be like, no Diddy, what's up?
Nah, that's hilarious because nobody's gonna stop wearing that fitted cap. And literally after that episode, Cam pulled up with a Yankee fitted cap, and Cam was like, Mace was like, "Damn, what happened? I guess this is the right time you brought the Yankee fitted back." And then he threw it. He started laughing. He threw it. Nah, listen, I'll never stop wearing my Mets hat, so I don't expect them to stop wearing that Yankee hat. That
Bro,
Yankee hat is
I
everywhere.
can't wear that Yankee hat, bro.
No, I could never wear it. I'd never wear it. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying? The last time I wore a Yankee hat, it was green. It was a green and white Yankee fit. I'll never forget that shit. I had it on.
what
I
the
said,
fuck? It was St. Patrick's Day?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know when you're young and you think you're looking good, you like, I gotta have something that match. I just grabbed somebody's fitted and whatever. And I was like, nah, nope, never again. I'll find it. I'll find it with Mets colors. Anything Mets, Knicks, Rangers. That's it.
I can't do the Yankee hat no more, bro. They killed it for me, son.
Nah, they killed. Nah, that shit was hilarious. But that you already know. that's that's like a New York black tee. That shit match with everything for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Tim's and the Yankee fitted always match with everything. It don't matter what you wear in between. You got the Tim's or the Yankee fitted, people gonna
It's
rock
like
it.
the New York starter pack. Yo, you get your fucking jeans from VIM, son, some African Tims from the corner, bro, and your Yankee hat, bro.
That's it.
It don't even got to be new era because they got mad bootleg Yankee hats in New York.
No, you got them everywhere. You got them everywhere.
Nah, where the
No, but
bootleg spot at over here? I've been stay looking for that shit since I got here, bro.
bro, I have no idea. There ain't no bootleg spots over here like that.
Man, yo, ain't nobody got the fake fitteds for me, man. I'm tired of spending fucking $40 on a cap, bro.
I'm
I want
trying to
them
tell you, you gotta get them on clearance. You gotta
word,
get
bro.
them on clearance. You gotta get them with New Era got the only deal. Why this hat 1950? Because they don't got your size. That's it. They only got the small size.
There was that Spanish girl that worked at the mall, bro. I gave her my number. She used to text me like, "Yo, this hat, this hat, this hat." I was like, "This little bitch trying to get her sales. I'm on my way, bro. Let me get this real quick." Yo. But
Nah,
yo,
but that's
so
it. Go ahead.
we're gonna do something real quick, bro. Sponsored by Neglio's Hobby Shop. I'm about to hit you with
Let's
the
go.
random top three. Random top three.
Hey, Ring Fever fans, make sure you check out Neglio's Hobby and Creator Shop on eBay for all your hobby needs.
Boom. Top three comedians.
My top three comedians. My favorite comedian is Patrice O'Neal. God rest the dead. Patrice O'Neal was just the way his approach was. I just loved his don't give a fuck attitude, and then he just witty with his comedy. Um, uh, George Lopez was one of like my favorite Spanish comedians. One of the first specials we had got at the crib was Latin Kings of Comedy, and he was on that John, and I just you know what I'm saying. He took Latino comedy to a whole nother level at one point. You know what I'm
He
saying?
did. He did.
Just just being able to integrate with the Spanish and the English and be able to bring our culture and the stuff that we went through and bring it so that everybody could laugh. Because everybody has similar stories, but to be able to keep it a part of the culture, he rocked with it. And then last but not least, and this is tough for me because three is not easy, but um I'm gonna go with who is the third one that I really rock with that I could say that I could do those top two. Matter of fact, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it those two.
Leave it
Patrice
at
O'Neal,
those
George
two.
Lopez. I'll leave it at those two because everybody else that I rock with, because there's a lot of people that I listen to and I enjoy from different ways and different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Comedy is so subjective to me. Oh, matter of fact, no, I'm lying. My favorite comedian right now, Ali Sadiq.
Okay. Okay. I could do
Ali
that.
Sadiq. His storytelling is top tier, and I've seen him live, and it just translates. It always translates. His openers fire too. He has a special out on YouTube too right now. But they both like them three right there. Like the first two, those are the ones that I. So Patrice O'Neal, my favorite of all time. George Lopez was one of the ones that really got me into comedy, like watching it. And then Ali Sadiq is as of right now. And then
Okay.
if we're gonna go for real, last and honorable mention, Jamie Foxx. Jamie
Okay.
Foxx,
Okay.
I
So
Might Need Security was
Jamie.
my favorite
Oh,
stand-up
that's a
special of all time.
classic. Hey
Yeah,
ho, that's the classic. I knew you when you was hey ho. All
yeah,
right, so
exactly.
my top three will be first will be Mr. Iglesias, bro. Mr. Iglesias, you're gonna see a pattern with my shit. Number two, Ari Spears. Okay,
Hmm.
you see the pattern, right?
Hmm.
Gabriel Iglesias, Ari Spears. That means I like the voices. I like when they change voices in comedy. I love that shit, the
Hmm.
dramatic aspect of it. And then number three will be the first comedian I ever saw. I didn't see him live, but it's the first comedy stand-up I ever saw. Will always have to be Eddie Murphy. I seen Raw and Delirious. That was always
Awesome.
my shit. That was a classic and an honorable mention. I cannot stop watching him. It doesn't even matter. Mr. Joey Diaz, bro. Joey
Oh yeah,
Diaz to
Coco.
me,
Yeah.
Coco to me is like my life story sometimes when he gets mad.
Nah, listen, don't everybody there on your list. I fuck with them. You know, Gabriel Iglesias and all that. You know what I mean? High and Fluffy when he started doing, you know what I mean? Everything, all his stories too, and just think about the catapult of his career, how consistent he's been, how big he's been. He sold out Dodger Stadium. Insane work. Insane work. Ari Spears, come
Insane
on now.
work.
Who don't love Ari Spears? I mean, he gets controversial sometimes because, like you said, he just start running out the mouth. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck at all. But
My
I love his
favorite shit is
impersonation.
when he did the whole rap thing. When he did the voice of Jay-Z, then he did
Oh yeah.
DMX, then he did that is
Yeah, nah.
man.
Well, recently, my favorite impersonation when he did Tony Soprano. That's one of my
Oh,
favorite impersonations.
that's on the spot, yo.
No, it's
Throughout
so
the years,
crazy.
he got it on the spot, man.
Going
You know
crazy.
who's
And one of my and going to people that do great impersonations, Godfrey.
I
Godfrey
was
is one of
just
my
gonna
favorites.
say that, bro. I was just gonna say that. 2 points for you, kid. I
Yeah,
was just
Godfrey is
gonna say that.
bro.
Godfrey, the
His
way he
Steve
does Steve
Harvey is
Harvey,
crazy. The fact that he does Richard Pryor, like that shit's insane. Like, you know what I mean? And like I said, that's comedy is so like there's so many people like that you have to just like rap, just like wrestling, right? There's people that open the doors for other people. So we gotta appreciate we got in order to appreciate what's happening now, you have to understand what happened before. A
did
lot of
you
people don't
see?
understand that.
There's I think it was on one of his podcasts. There's one where he's like Godfrey's trying to do like the Spanish accent. Bro, he
Yeah,
sounds mad Panamanian, and he's like Moreno, Moreno. I'm
yeah,
like, yo, what is he doing, bro? He's
yeah.
talking about he went to the salsa club, and he's like, man, I got in there. Everybody was like, Moreno over here, Papi, Moreno over there, and I was like, no, me Africa. And I was like, yo, this guy's stupid.
Godfrey's a fool, man. But that's what I love. That's what I love about comedy because they can change with that impersonation. You can add so much to your act. You can do so much because now you could just change it up and just use that person as you, like you're speaking as you're them, and you know what I mean? It's insane.
Top five Latino artists. It could be reggaeton, rap. It could be salsa. Top five.
Artist,
Yes.
that's crazy. Damn. So let's do it. We're gonna go. I'm gonna. My boy Ricky Martin gotta go up there. I don't care what nobody say.
Okay,
We're
I
gonna
give
go.
it to you.
You gotta go Ricky Martin. I'm gonna go with Tito Nieves. I'm gonna go with Gilberto
Wait,
Santa Rosa.
Tito Nieves. Which one is that one, bro?
Fabricando Fantasías, one of my favorite songs of all time. Tito Nieves, they always said I used to look like him, but yeah, baby, I like it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
like it like that.
yeah.
Okay, Tito Nieves.
Tito
Okay.
Nieves. Um, we cannot say Mark Anthony.
Oh no,
We can't
no.
say Mark. We have to
We
say Mark Anthony.
we still get pussy when you throw on Mark Anthony songs.
No, but
I
that
mean,
boy, come on, that voice is insane. But it's so you said just five. Damn. So I said, I said Ricky, I said Tito Nieves, I said Gilberto Santa Rosa, Mark Anthony. Then who else I'm gonna put up there? Damn. Well, I'm just gonna go with I grew up with them, El Gran Combo.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, so those are, and that's tough because that's just, and I kept it to one. I kept it to salsa. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's hard to mix in all of them right now with reggaetoneros from like the ones that you grew up with, who you like. There's no way I could fit that all. You know what I'm saying? If it's reggaeton, you got
So
Tego.
top five reggaeton artists for you then. I'll give you
I mean,
that
you
one.
got to put Bad Bunny up there. I don't care if nobody
Okay.
said they don't like it. You got to put Tego. You got to put Don Omar. You got to put Daddy Yankee. You know what I'm saying? And then, what's his name?
I'm about to fuck you up with mine. Watch. Go ahead.
You got to put what's his name? Calle 13.
Calle
Not fucking
13.
Calle
All right,
13.
I'll
Yeah.
give you that. So with me, I gotta give it a Tego. All right, I give Tego. I give Don Omar. Okay. I give it to Enheredad. All
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's the original, the OG.
Okay. Then after that, to me, is Kung Fu Bantang. Okay. That's Panama shit. And then right
Yeah,
after that, Danger Man. Okay. That's it.
Benjamin.
You can't get no
Okay,
better than that, bro. Then
no,
honorable mentions, super reggaeton extraordinaire, the dude that's fighting for our island. I give the ambassador of reggaeton too. Bad Bunny. That's it. That's how I
Well,
look at
yeah,
it.
he's definitely. I just his turn in this last album and just bringing highlight to the shit that's going on in the island.
I
You
think
gotta
something
show. You
happened,
gotta,
bro. I think something really happened with him. Cause if you look at it like from the perspective of look, first he was doing all that maricon shit, you know what I mean? Painting his
nah,
nails and stuff.
all right.
And
So this,
then
well, I understand the. I say it like this: if you look at anybody that's trying to make a difference, right, and that's blown up, most of them that's not. They've always did whatever they had to do for the record label, and then afterwards, when they got the bread, then they did whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you got to give props to people like Tego that just kept it his way the whole time. He still honorable mention, still always spoke political, still always spoke about whatever he had to do. You know what I'm saying about the island, but still he never got to blow up. Blow up. You know what I'm saying? He
he
never
ain't
got to
say
blow up. He just everybody know
I
him.
feel like something happened with Bad. I feel like he was doing everything the industry wanted, and then he must have seen something because that left turn out of nowhere just came out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah, but it came out of nowhere, but it felt so organic.
yeah,
That
it
means
felt
that
real.
means
It felt
that
like
means it was already there. He'd been waiting for this, and he's always changed with what the move. Like listen, he came in with trap and went crazy. Then he started doing his own shit. Like, everything he just did it his own way. And we're talking about somebody that's not just in the island, not just in the States. He's worldwide.
yeah, because
This is-
that song Hawaii, bro, that shit opens up your eyes, bro. That shit make you cry a little bit. Like when you hear it, you
Yeah,
get
but
emotional,
you
bro.
because you think about exactly what Hawaii is going through is the same shit that we're going through, and it's some shit that people don't know unless you there. People won't be know the experience. If you don't understand, you don't got family over there to know what's
So
going
let's
on.
talk
Stay in the
about
loop.
that real quick. Let's change subject real quick. I got a different perspective on that. I
Okay.
feel like our grandparents we have to blame our some of our grandparents we have to blame for that mentality because I know growing up in New York, the majority of the Puerto Ricans, their favorite thing is, no, Puerto Rico está malo, Puerto Rico está malo, no vaya para allá, Puerto Rico está malo. So we grew up hearing Puerto Rico's bad, don't go over there. And now we got all these white people over there buying up our land. And it's like, like people that actually go over there, they be like, yo, it's not really bad, bro. It's like,
Now, I'm gonna
it's
say some
good,
shit, but let's just be real. In our culture, we grew up colonized. So the fear of people that were darker than us or anything like that has always been a thing in the culture and just people in general. That stigma of fear is because people they always like they love achievement. That's why like Omai was so big. They love God, they like rumors, they like all type of shit. Nobody likes to do the right thing. They always worried about what other people saying. So the fact that these
that's a good
people
perspective.
the fact that people are actually trying to do something about it is a different thing because growing up what you were told, oh, just do as I say, don't do as I do. That don't make no sense. Then you telling me to do the opposite of what you're doing, you showing me something different. That don't teach me the right way and I'll go that way. Now you telling me just stay, listen to these people. You want me to be a square, you want me to not. So now when I start questioning things and questioning people, now you understand why. Now you understand why I'm trying to do the things that I do. You're not doing it because of you, because you were so worried about people always worried about one thing, what other people see in them. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck what nobody got to say about what I do or how I do things. As long as I stand on my principles and my morals and I take care of what I got to take care of, nobody could tell me I'm wrong in my head. That's just me. And that's how I feel like growing up. And our culture, a lot of the times, that's what it is. They just worried about what other people, oh, cuidadito, you do this. What are they going to say? What are these people going to say? You
Cuidado,
better not
cuidado.
do that. Why are you worried about what other people got to say?
Yeah.
And you're not willing to do anything. So at the end
My
of the
grandmother was a different breed, bro. Especially like with women, she used to be like, "No come mierda ningún mujer, hasta que si tú tienes un hijo con ella, no come mierda, no come
yeah,
mierda." That was her shit, bro. Like, and it's true. Like growing up, we had that perspective, like we could do whatever we want. But then I listen to other Puerto Ricans and I hear their grandmothers and they be like, no, no vaya para allá que ahí matan gente. All right, what the fuck you think is going on in Coney Island? They killing people too. Like, what the fuck?
no, but that's what I'm saying. They scared because there's bad everywhere, right? There's bad everywhere.
Everywhere
That's
gets bad.
that's why they try to keep you inside. That's when my parents kept us inside. They knew what was going on out there. They left at an early age from their people's crib. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, bro, we left at an early age. We had to do it this way. We don't want you to have to deal with all that shit too. Now, you don't know when you go outside what exactly gets people to be in that position.
It's
You
like
don't
the
know.
people that talk about Ocala. Oh, Ocala's really bad, for real. Where?
But we all have bad places. Everywhere you go is gonna have a spot that's been bad or anything like that. But you know what all those places have in common too? People not giving a fuck about the youth, people not taking care of their kids. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you don't show love to the people. The love gets embraced in the streets. The moment somebody send you to the store and you go and nobody say, hey, don't you go to the store for nobody ever again. Or somebody don't walk up to them and be like, yo, not my people, not my kid, or anything like that. You do that with whoever else's kid. And the moment that people stop being able to stop you from doing that, that's it. You know what it is. People, the streets embrace you because they see that you don't have no other thing. And all you want is love as a kid. You don't want nothing else. So when you go outside and if they show you love outside, you're like, damn, this is nice. Until
That's
you
true.
end up in a predicament and then you realize there's no love. It's just whatever you can get out of it. And loyalty gets you but so far.
So I'm gonna ask you one more question before we go.
Okay.
All right. So you went to NCW.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't know you had this. You had a suspicion. Know what I mean? You gave us a call. We formed a co-key connection.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I have I have the say on the soldiers I'm bringing in. What was your reaction to us coming out and the reaction with Fidel? How did you feel like when you was in the ring with a former WCW legend?
Bro, honored. You want to be real? I was honored. But you got a job to do, and the job was to do the job. And I appreciated it. I appreciated being a part of it, bringing out the Koki connection, you know what I'm saying, and calling y'all out because that's the energy, you know what I'm saying?
Are
Koki
you
connection means
scared?
so much.
June 22nd?
Scared?
Yeah, bro. You know how these Cubans are, bro. What if I get there late, bro?
And never scared. Don't matter what it is.
You
You know
got
what I'm
somebody
saying?
else in line for me? I mean, bro, you need a little bodyguard. That old man can fight, bro. He'll hit you with that
I know
twitch
he could
flame, bro.
fight. I took one. I took one on the chin. I already know. And I know I'm a funny guy. But like I told him, I said, if I'm going to have to, I got my people's, hey, listen, I'm going to do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I could throw jokes. I got hands too.
Well, folks, tickets still on sale right now, June 22nd. We are back at Hudson, Florida.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
our hometown where it started it all. I've been
Circle Less
performing.
Barbecue.
I've been performing at Circle S Barbecue for 2 years now, and I can tell you, before it was nothing but mud everywhere. Now we're out the mud. Next Door Championship Wrestling will be there for music and Mayhem. Cease and desist, Javi. I gotta ask you one more thing, bro.
Yes, sir.
Who are you looking forward to see that night?
And I'm looking forward to seeing, honestly, Lockjaw. Come on now. That slam on Dante was crazy.
Bro. I think he broke his
Insane.
jaw.
Yo, he had to.
I need
He
a
had to.
23 and me and them too. I don't believe he's Cuban, bro. I seen his
I
mom.
didn't either. He had his hair red, and I already knew he wasn't. Lockjaw is definitely. I'm excited to see Lockjaw. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Nick Swift. Hopefully, pull up. You know what I'm
Nick mind
saying?
his business, bro. Nick and
Nick-
Panther. Nick and Panther Part 2. I'll give you the rundown to that later on this week. You'll understand why me and Nick, bro. When I tell this story, bro, you may not even fuck with Nick either. But what else you looking up? What else you looking forward to?
And I'm looking forward to this announcer shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to see who the new announcer is. You know what I'm saying?
Jonathan Lane got it?
I think Jonathan Lane, them Lane boys, they could be a little lame sometimes. But I think they're a little lame. But I think he got it. But I think somebody else, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm a beginner at comedy. You gotta be able to take critiques, and you gotta get better.
Well, I do want to cast my vote in for Big Ashton, my Cutting the Kayfabe host later on today. He's gonna host part 2 of Mud Show Monday. He's
Let's
been working hard
go.
on it, but I do believe he has a lot on his plate. Hosting his own podcast on the Ring Fever Network, also doing other shows and NCW. He wants to manage Ring Announce and podcast. Yeah, I think he should sit this one down. But your vote is still with me. You know what I mean? Javi, are you giving out tickets? What are you gonna do that night? We got any merch? What's going on? I seen the
I'm gonna have my
with
merch.
the hat, kid.
I have my hats. I gotta order some hats. See if I could get them out by the time. You know what I'm saying? You know how the factories be. But I definitely have my merch, my magnets, my stickers. You know what I mean? I may have a couple of shirts. And then we out there.
Join the
You know what I mean?
Trash Talk Army, Javi. Where can we
Let's
find
go.
you at?
You can find me on all platforms. How Stop Playing. I do music. I do comedy. I do everything. I'm on all platforms. How Stop Playing. You find me everywhere. And if you need me to cater anything, I cook too. That's what I do. You know what I mean? So
Maybe you should cook at Barbecue West Circle. Cook some
can't
panini,
do that.
you know what
That's
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yo,
I think
So we love you, bro. Thanks for having us, yo. Hope to see you June 22nd, yo. If I was you, just carry something, cause you know them. Just put on a vest or something, cause you know how them Cubans are. I don't want nothing to happen to you.
nah. We got pokers.
You got any
And
shows coming up that we need to go check out? I know you have one this weekend.
yeah,
Anything
we
else
gotta have
coming
it this
up?
weekend. Every you know what I'm saying? Mondays at Mutiny, open mic, 9 p.m. We always I got a show in Wildwood coming up in July. You know what I mean? And so we're gonna keep going. Got more shows coming up, hopefully in Leesburg at the end of the year, 3 months, the last 3 months of the year. And then everywhere, anywhere. Just hopstopplaying.com, hopstopplaying@gmail.com if you want to hit me up, book me, whatever you need. Hit me up, hopstopplaying, all platforms. You know what I mean?
Guys, on the Ring Fever Podcast Network, we'll be posting up every time Javi performs. That way you can stay in tune with his career and what he got going on. Don't be afraid to buy his merch. Don't be afraid to sign up. Use the promo code Ring Fever for your 2 VIP tickets. Also use the promo code L Ray. I'm giving out tickets everywhere, Jav. That's how I give it up. This is Michael L Ray with comedian Javi Gonzalez. This is Ring Fever, but next up, Mud Show Monday.
Mud Show Monday. Stop playing.
See you later, folks.
Love always. Don't forget O'Malley's MMA.
Oh yeah, June 12th, O'Malley's MMA. I'll be hosting it. Damn, I forgot. I'll put the flyer up right after this.
Yes, sir.